you know what? Maybe I'm being nice to WWE. Maybe I am being too nice. Now I know a lot of you guys are saying, Chase, don't do it. Don't say that this pay-per-view was great to good. That's not you, Chase. And I'm not going to say that. If you like in-ring action and a bunch of nonsense, this was a great to good pay-per-view for you. But I'm going to be nice to the WWE here. I'm going to be a little bit of a softie to them. I know. Normally I'm more critical to them, but at least with this show, from when I was sitting there and I was actually watching this show, I felt the WWE was putting in some effort. It wasn't the best effort, but it was effort. And that's what I need from this company. They don't put in effort through their freaking Raws to keep me entertained. They don't put in effort for most of their other pay-per-views to keep me entertained unless part-timers are involved. But this was one of the few shows without their goddamn Brock Lesnar's, Undertaker's, or any other part-timers to make it seem interesting where they actually put in effort to make me fucking care. So maybe I'm being a little bit too nice to TLC 2015. I will say this, that I don't think this show was good to great or a phenomenal show whatsoever, but I do not think this show was bad, shitty, or stinky poo-poo from like what we get from most WWE shows that we have been watching as of late. I felt WWE actually went out there and said, hey, you know what? We will put some effort into this show. We will actually try to keep you entertained. Like I said, if you're all in for in-ring action, high spots all over the flipping place, this was probably one of the greatest shows you've ever seen. But if you're like me, who looks at wrestling at an overall spectrum, I think maybe you have a little bit of saying, hey, at least the WWE put in effort. The one match that I knew that was going to be spotty and I was going to be fine with it because that's how the tag team division thrived in the Attitude Era was actually the opening matchup, which to me, I was like, why, WWE, do you open your show with one of your hottest acts? But hey, whatever. The match itself was really good. New Day versus the Lucha Dragons versus the Usos was a fun little matchup. I enjoyed watching this match. This is clearly the match of the night. No questions asked whatsoever. A lot of cool spots. Like I said, this was a match for a platform for Kalisto to get super duper over. This was a match that was going to be mainly have two focuses to it. One, get the New Day to keep on keeping their heel heat strong. And two, showcase Kalisto because WWE wants to sell those motherfucking masks of him. WWE wants to make sure Kalisto is their next Rey Mysterio. After hearing Rey Mysterio is going to Lucha Underground, oh, you best believe Vince is like, get Kalisto some masks, damn it, and make him into a fucking star. Ah! So pretty much Kalisto shined in this match. That Samurai Dave's soul from the top of the ladder. Oh my god. Awesome spot. That was an awesome spot. That's one time I'll give it to you guys when it comes to high spots. Those are fine high spots. And what I liked about this match right here was my problem with ladder matches nowadays, especially with a lot of guys who do spots, is that they don't give us time to breathe. Like sometimes when I watch these ladder matches with these wrestlers, they'll do a spot, then it goes into another spot, then it goes to another spot. It's like, dude, you're suffocating me. Give me time to breathe. And this match gave me time to breathe. Allow me to sit there and enjoy the move that I just witnessed and say, wow, that was awesome. That's what made Edge and Christian versus the Dudleys versus the Hardys such a success. It wasn't just because, yeah, these guys were killing themselves. It was like after you saw that move, you just have to wrap your mind around and say, how the fuck are these guys doing that? And that's what happened with this match, and it was awesome. It was fun. This helps the tag team division. Now, WWE, if you can make good stories with these guys, you can actually do something. Do it. So good stuff. I like the way New Day won. I like how Xavier Woods was trying to freaking save commentary because Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, and JBL weren't drinking enough Mountain Dew apparently because they didn't know what the heck they were saying half the damn time. Ryback and Rusev, I look at this match and I say a little bit too late. I mean, this should have been going on when Rusev was still the undefeated Bulgarian Brute and Ryback was returning as a babyface, but hey, it is what it is. The match itself was standard at best. It's fine to have a standard match on a pay-per-view every once in a while, but it just felt like watching this. It was like booked like when Rusev was undefeated. It was like, why? Well, what's the point of this? Like, it just felt like it's another Rusev undefeated streak match, and Rusev doesn't even have a streak. You know, the only thing that he really has is Lana on his side. It's like, it's just like these guys. I look at Ryback and Rusev. It's a filler match on a pay per view, granted, but like I just look at Ryback and Rusev and I say, these guys could actually do something for your company. Rusev, for what he is very athletic and very damn good. And I think one of your best actors in the company. I think this guy has amazing facials and is a pretty solid talker. Ryback, I think he's a unique looking big guy that you don't really have on your roster nowadays. And it's just like, this is what you do with them. See, this shit right here is just like, it just bugs me. Swagger and Del Rio once again show why they actually have chemistry. And that WWE should actually try to feature these guys in stories more because these guys can actually put on a pretty solid match. But the fans didn't really give a shit because they would rather chant for CM Punk, even though Jack Swagger went out there and busted his ass off to put on a pretty good showing with Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio retaining it, you saw this coming like a mile away. You're not going to give the belt to Jack Swagger. I don't even think WWE really wanted to put Jack Swagger in this position. I really thought they were hoping that Cena would come back at this event and this would be Cena's match to win and all that stuff. But since that didn't happen, of course, Del Rio is going to win. Moving on next, the tag team tables elimination match between the ECW originals and the Wyatt family. This match was the definition of clusterfuck. Like, if you watch clusterfuck matches in the past, you know this match was one of them. And the one thing that I pointed out from this match that when I was watching it, it seemed like Bubba Ray was doing it at the best of his ability to fucking stiff the hell out of Braun Strowman every second he got. Like, poor Braun Strowman, dog. This guy was just getting his ass beaten on by Bubba Ray every single time. It was like Bubba Ray Dudley had no chill against this guy. And I get it. You know, Braun Strowman's supposed to be big, bad. He's an immovable oak tree, and it's hard to really take him down. But was it just me? Or did Bubba Ray seem like he was trying to stiff this fucker? Like, Bubba Ray really just didn't like that guy. There was that one scene in the match, I think, when after Rhino got eliminated, it was like they go to the camera and they should just see Bubba Ray going, he's like laying into Braun Strowman. Obviously you guys know my highlight of this match. Fuck the garbage man botching the whole segment with D-Bomb, trying to make the Dudley boys look bad. Fuck you, garbage man. Good, you got 3D'd and you got eliminated. Shows how much the Wyatt family cares about you and how much WWE cares about you. No, they don't care about you because you're garbage. You suck. So good, garbage man got eliminated. The only complaint about this match for me, I don't think this was a good match, mind you. Like, it was a clusterfuck. But when you get clusterfucks today in wrestling, they're considered good matches by most people. But my only really major gripe and complaint that you may say, Chase, you're being too whiny about it, is that they didn't let a flaming table go off. Look, the Wyatts are supposed to be these demonic creatures, right? You're trying to build them up as mystical demonic creatures. Okay, WWE, that's what you try to do with them. You try to make them scary and shit. And it's like, give the fans what they want. Just give them one flaming table. But it was like, nah, that would be too babyface-ish if we had the Wyatts win via the flaming table. So we're just going to have, a typical bullshit heel way for them to win. No flaming table. The fans are not happy. It's like, motherfuckers, the Wyatts' first matches were in the goddamn Ring of Fire. Bray Wyatt was surrounded by flames when he was facing Kane when he first debuted. What's wrong with Braun Strowman putting Bubba Ray Dudley through a flaming table trying to save his damn leader? I see no problem with that whatsoever. I think it would have been a good spot for Braun Strowman, showing that this motherfucker doesn't give a damn who you are. You try to touch his leader, he will freaking murder you. Seriously, like, I just felt the ending was such a lame duck ending that they could have done more to it. Because, like I said, most of the time when it comes to a match, sometimes the only thing you really do remember from matches is the ending, is the finish. You remember the finish more than anything else. And boy, what a way to build up Braun Strowman big, especially since you may want to put him in a big featured match for whatever goddamn reason at WrestleMania. What way to make him look big than putting Bubba Ray Dudley through a flaming fucking table? I mean, if we could have Daniel Bryan put Kane through a flaming table, I think it would be fine to have Braun Strowman, who is part of the mythical, creepy-like cult in the Wyatt family, putting Bubba Ray Dudley through a flaming table just to protect his leader. I think that would be fine. I mean, I know I didn't want the flaming table spot just because, oh my god, it's a flaming table. I felt it would have helped more with the Wyatt family going forward. That's just me. That's just me. And also, I feel like the fans, us fans, do deserve some type of crazy spot like that. So, yeah, that's all I got to really say about it. I know a lot of people are going to probably bitch about it, be like, yes, don't bitch about it. But you know what I am. Because I am very nitpicky sometimes, and that what annoys people about me sometimes. The Intercontinental title match between Ambrose and Owens. Nice exchange. I like their Survivor Series match better. But what I like about this match is that it broke some predictability when watching this show. Because, like, really, to be honest here, I was trying to sit here and I was saying to myself, how are they going to end this match? Because as much as Kevin Owens is your IC champion, Dean Ambrose is kind of in one of your major feuds. He's in the family and the League of Nations feud. So you don't really want to hurt Dean Ambrose here. You don't really want to give Kevin Owens a big win here because let's face it, Kevin Owens, he's not really doing anything in major storylines for the WWE. But at the same time, you may have something cooking for him at WrestleMania or maybe at the Royal Rumble that you don't want to make him look bad at all. So I was wondering, what are they going to do in this match? And I was thinking to myself, oh, they might do a lame disqualification for Kevin Owens because that seems like the safest, cheapest way to have Owens win and to make sure Ambrose wasn't champion. But WWE didn't go down that route. They actually went with the good route that I was fine with, where they had Dean Ambrose reverse the pop-up powerbomb for a Hurricanrana, surprise shocking win over Kevin Owens. Dean Ambrose is our new IC champion. Kevin Owens doesn't look bad in that situation. His finisher gets reversed. I like those finishes where a finisher gets reversed. It shows that, like, your finisher sometimes can be caught. You can't always rely on your finisher, and that's what I was fine with this match, was that Dean Ambrose was able to reverse the finisher and get the win over Kevin Owens in a nice way that made Kevin Owens look fine and make Dean Ambrose look fine, and also give us some interest back in the mid-card scene with Dean Ambrose as Intercontinental Champion. Not to say Kevin Owens as IC Champion was bad, but title changes for the IC Championship is fine. We don't always need our IC champion to hold the belt for ridiculously too long periods of time. It is fine for our IC champion to lose at shows like this, and it is fine for you to try to go on to a different route if you feel like your IC champion is ready to take the next level and the next step. Now, will WWE go all the way with Kevin Owens and make him take that next level, next step? Only time will tell, which means probably not, but let's try to be optimistic for a minute and think that maybe bigger things are on the horizon for Kevin Owens and that WWE is trying to do something with Dean Ambrose, especially since he is in, like I said, the major feud. They're moving the IC title into that major feud with the League of Nations and the family. The Divas title between Paige versus Charlotte, I felt this was a better match than the one that they had at Survivor Series, in my personal opinion. And I really do like how they added Ric Flair into this one, because at least Ric Flair, it wasn't there to make Charlotte turn heel on him. It was like Ric Flair was helping his daughter become the dirtiest bitch in the game. That's what I liked about this. It felt like Ric Flair was there to help Charlotte win the title, and it was like kind of like they made it not like that big of a deal, but near the end of the match they made it into a huge deal. It was like a nice little subtle thing that I liked that the WWE did here. So I was actually fine with Charlotte winning, because you can have Charlotte play it up where she thinks she's all nice and stuff, but really, to be honest, her dad and her are cheating to win the title. Fine. If you want to roll with that gimmick, it sounds very cheesy, it sounds very corny, it sounds very Chase Oliver-esque that he would love to do. So, you know what? Fine. Let's do it. I am cool with it. Anything to bring character out of Charlotte is fine with me. And that's it. That's all I really got to say about this matchup. Nice little Divas matchup that at least had some effort to make a character out of Charlotte. Now, the main event match between Reigns versus Sheamus. Let's just face it here. We knew what this match was going to be. We knew that this match was going to be these two guys going out there trying to do a bunch of high spots to make the fans somewhat interested. But the fans weren't interested. This was a physical matchup between two bigger guys. You could smell the ending a mile away of seeing Reigns be the Superman and it just coming up a little bit short. And that right there, if they would have ended TLC, Chase Oliver would have said, wow, what a waste of my time. Because, even leading up to this match, you have the family talking like Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Yeah, we're going to celebrate the title, and it makes Dean Ambrose look like a dick because he didn't come out there to help his brother, his best friend, to win the title. They just kind of made they were just kind of making Dean Ambrose kind of sit back there, and Reigns was doing his best Cena impression, overcoming all the obstacles, Superman punching everyone. Like, this is the shit that makes fans not want to like Roman Reigns because you book him like John Cena. Funny enough, the fans are chanting for John Cena in this match. They want Cena back. That's how bad. Hold on, that's how bad wrestling has got when fans are chanting for John Cena to come back. Oh, that was my markout moment during this match. I couldn't stop laughing when I was hearing John Cena. But instead, you got Sheamus winning. And Reigns actually shows fucking character. Because instead of Roman Reigns sitting there and crying, and we're supposed to feel bad for Roman, we as fans feel bad for Roman Reigns. This guy right here, we should feel bad for him. No, Reigns finally ticks. He's like a normal human being. He's not like John Cena. When John Cena loses a big match, you get the John Cena. Like, John Cena just does that. He just walks away. He's a better man. He won't do anything bad. But Roman Reigns actually shows character. And yeah, we can look at this and say, well, Chase, they just made Roman Reigns into a temper tantrum. What the fuck was Steve Austin? He was always a temper tantrum. That's why I love Steve Austin, was that if he didn't win, he didn't give a fuck. He was still going to stunner you and beat the fuck out of you. When you're a natural human, when you get wronged time after time after time, you're not just going to sit there and take that lying down. No, you are going to do something about it. And WWE, I don't know what they were doing this whole year, but holy fucking shit, you finally got it right with Roman Reigns. You finally did something right with Roman Reigns. Praise the heavens, Lord. You guys have done something right with this fucker. It took you long enough. You don't need Roman Reigns going out there saying tater tots and suffering succotash, son. You don't need Roman Reigns to cut these long promos. You don't need Roman Reigns to go out there and prove himself as an in-ring wrestler with all these little indie cunts. What you need Roman Reigns to do is be a badass. And this moment right here made Reigns feel like a badass. All those months of being fucking screwed, he's had enough. He is sick and tired of this shit, and he doesn't give a fuck what's going on. This was amazing. I loved this ending to TLC. Just ranges. First he beats down the freaking League of Nations. Triple H comes out there, telling Roman to stop, and Roman just beats the fuck out of Triple H, and he just doesn't give a crap. He just knows. He goes. He starts talking out the microphone. Yeah, I know I'm fired. He just doesn't care, and this just gives WWE more avenues and more options for Roman Reigns. Because if they do take him off TV, it makes your Royal Rumble a lot more interesting. Because heading into the Rumble this year, let's face it, a lot of people were probably thinking, LOL, Roman wins. Well, Roman might not be at the Rumble this year. So now what? It actually adds interest into your Royal Rumble. It actually starts building now into a big-time match with Triple H, a match that a lot of people wanted to see. And instead of Roman Reigns being this goofy character, now he's going back to the badass Reigns, the Reigns that everyone liked from the Shield. They actually did something right with Roman Reigns. Oh my God, that's why I like this ending so much. It's like, you finally did something with this guy. You finally made Roman Reigns into the badass that I wanted him to be since he freaking made his singles debut. It's like, you guys finally did it. You didn't try to make this guy into a Cena carbon copy clone where Reigns walks away from all this. No. Reigns has had enough. He's going to beat the shit out of anyone. He has been screwed so many times. And if we were in the same situation as Roman Reigns, we, as people would say, we would get sick and tired of this shit too. That's what made Stone Cold such a great character, was that when we were at work and our boss was telling us bullshit, Stone Cold, we could live vicariously through him. We could say, you know what? I can't kick my boss's ass, but just picture my boss as Vince McMahon and me as Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's what I can relate to. With Reigns, you could relate to that when if you ever been frustrated or pissed off at anything in life, you're just like, you've been screwed over, you just vicariously live through Roman Reigns' beatdown right there. You're like, yeah, that's what I would have done in that situation. So that's why I love this ending. Great ending to what was, not really the best pay-per-view ever. Not really a good pay-per-view, but a pay-per-view with effort. The WWE actually went out there and just decided to put some effort into their crap. What did you guys think of WWE TLC 2015? Comment down below your thoughts. What did you guys think of the ending? Because I felt the ending to this pay-per-view was awesome. I liked it. I loved it. Can't wait to actually see what happens. Oh, wow! I'm saying that. Can't wait to actually see what happens. Holy shit. Let's hope WWE doesn't ruin this within next Monday. Let's hope they can actually keep building off this effort. That's all I want. I'm not asking for the best shows every time. I'm just asking for shows with effort. That's it. Hope you guys enjoy. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOver68. I'll see y'all next time. Peace!